talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They don't know basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with just Stav, actually, this week. So Sammy, our beautiful boy, look, as you guys know, me and Sammy have been very busy, constantly on the road. We're trying to get so famous that this little bullshit podcast we kind of do as an afterthought blows up by accident. We hit 2,000 patrons, 2,000 hard dick, the hard dick 2,000. We're getting there. We still have to figure out a way to. Our Patreon promise was actually to give Stan Van Gundy, to solicit him for sex when we hit 2,000. Now, we decided to do that, and I apologize. I'm getting fucking weird. I'm on Slack. You guys have Slack? I'm sure you do. You guys have bullshit office jobs. Anyway, I got Slack to talk to a couple of my friends that I'm working on a project with, and I don't know how to fucking turn off. I don't know how to turn off the fucking little noises. It goes like pop, 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 pop. You guys know that shit, Slack? It's like AIM if you work at a bullshit startup or whatever. Anyway, whatever. I fucking closed it. The point is the podcast is doing very well. Our listeners keep going up. Me and Sam's careers are going really well. And we promised Stan Van Gundy that we promised that if we got 2,000 subscribers, we would solicit Stan Van Gundy for sex. Unfortunately, that was before Stan Van Gundy really started using Twitter a lot. When we started the podcast, he was still coaching in the NBA, so we figured we could tweet at him and he wouldn't realize it. Now, he's fucking on Twitter all the time, just owning Republicans, which shout out to Stan for. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is me and Sam are trying to get it going, and Sam has a really cool, very interesting career opportunity this month that he unfortunately will likely make him unable to do Pod Don't Lie. He pre-recorded his other podcast. The nature of this podcast, though, obviously, is that we can't fucking pre-record 8 episodes or whatever the fuck during the playoffs. How fucking hilarious would that be? It's the middle of the playoffs. It's the finals. Giannis is fucking dunking his nuts into DeAndre Ayton's mouth for a second year in a row. And we're over here and we're like, yeah, dude, honestly, the Trailblazers were pretty good back in the day, dude. Fucking Mookie Blaylock was good. We're like, dude, you know who was fucking underrated was fucking Damon Stoudemire. Imagine we're doing that in the middle of the playoffs. So anyway, Sammy, this all happened kind of quick, kind of up in the air. We were trying to record one kind of farewell for the month episode with Sam, but COVID fucked my ass up a little bit yesterday, and he was just kind of busy. He's out there, we're both very busy guys. So anyway, it fell apart. We tried to do it yesterday. We couldn't figure out a time to do it. So now what we're going to do instead, and I was going to wait and find a guest, whatever, but look, it's the fucking playoffs. You motherfuckers need instant analysis. You need to hear at least one of the brightest minds in fucking basketball talking about the fucking Bucks smashing, ramming their fucking beautiful hirsute deer penises into the fucking leprechaun ass, bitch ass fucking Celtics. Fuck the Celtics. I know you needed to hear me react to game 1, okay? Because look, game 2's about to happen. Some of my enthusiasm might wane by the time fucking game 2 comes. I don't know. I'll make my prediction on game 2 at the end of my fucking analysis. But we have a lot to talk about. All 4 series. We have a game 1 in the second round of the playoffs. We've seen a game 1. Some surprises, some stuff that happened, kind of how you would expect. In fact, I would say other than the Bucks Celtics, which everyone's sucking off the fucking Celtics. Yeah, fuck Boston. Let me just say that, man. Fuck the media. Every fucking asshole who has a big platform is from fucking Boston or has some ties to fucking New England. These cocksuckers gave Marcus Smart's overrated ass Defensive Player of the Year. Everyone's talking about, the Celtics have been the best team in basketball. Suck my fucking dick. Fuck the Celtics. They ran into the fucking champs. Okay, a couple days ago. Those little fucking cocksuckers ran into a motivated Giannis Antetokounmpo, and by the way, a fucking team that clamped their bitch asses up. Okay? There is 3 players off the top of my head on the fucking Bucks that are better at defense than fucking Marcus Smart with his little fucking green-tipped hair. The braids look cool, but in the fucking afro, he just looks fucked up. He looks like one of those black kids, remember? Like, there'd always like one kid who would get into like Slipknot, you know? He's definitely got fucking Shops at Hot Topic, black kid. That there was always like the weird friend group where it was like just an obese girl with a lip ring, a black Hot Topic guy, or a black anime guy. Either one of those. Who else was in there? Randomly one. There'd always be like one kid who was weirdly good at sports who was like that, like one of those Nightmare Before Christmas long sleeve kids, but also was like a fucking, was like the fucking, not the quarterback, but he would weirdly be like a, I don't know, like a sharp. You could play maybe like a wrestler or something fucking fucked up like that. Anyway, he looks like one of those fucking kids. He looks like an alt kid from high school that, and by the way, all those kids were ugly as shit and they were weird, but they all fucked and sucked. All the kids in that fucking group were running a train on the obese girl with the lip ring, I'll tell you that much. And brother, I bet you should give some serious head. Anyway, that's what Marcus Smart looks like with his fucking, with the green braids looked cool, the green fro looks fucked. Anyway, there's 3 players on the fucking Bucks off the top of my fucking head that are better defensive players than that overrated cocksucker with his fucking flopping. Defensive player of the fucking year should never get flopped so fucking much. Fucking cocksucker. With his, and look, whatever's happened to his shoulder, that whole franchise from Paul Pierce shitting himself and coming out in a fucking wheelchair, Marcus Smart dangling his shit real low. Anyway, whatever. Fuck them. Fuck the Celtics. The first games were interesting, and look, I'm gonna start talking with the Bucks, we'll go over all of it. We'll go over Bucks Celts, we'll go over Grizz Warriors, we'll go over Philly Heat, and we'll go over Mavs Suns a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't watch the game. It was late. I'm tired. I have coronavirus. I thought I had overcome it, but these fucking Joe Biden's fake virus so he could defeat. No, I don't believe that. It's too politically charged a week for me to be pretending to be a Republican. By the way, this is a sports show. You don't come here for this, but let me just say, fuck the Supreme Court. Fuck Samuel Alito. Fuck all those cocksuckers. Legally, I probably shouldn't say with the thing I was going to say, but just fuck them. You know what I mean? Those guys can suck my dick. I hope something bad happens to them. Wink, wink. Everyone should be able to get an abortion. America sucks dick. It's a fucking bullshit country. Just for the record, I wanted that out there. But anyway, this is not Stavi's politics minute, but fuck the Supreme Court. Fuck the bitch ass Democrats for always having the ability to make abortions legal in this country, but never doing it. Obama's a fucking piece of shit. That cocksucker really had us fooled, man. I was fucking 18 and I was so excited. I was like, wow, something good is gonna happen. And then this fucking prick had a super majority, didn't get a goddamn thing done. Got a bullshit healthcare thing that I don't know, did it even fucking help at all? No. Instead of universal healthcare, he just he got worked by the Republicans on that bill, and he basically ended up passing like a bill that made, a law that made health insurers more money. He can suck my dick. Biden's bitch ass can suck my dick. Every fucking loser that's blaming Bernie can suck my dick. Oh, sorry, Hillary's dumbass couldn't beat Trump. Oh, it was really Bernie's fault that she was her and the Democratic establishment is a bunch of dog shit cocksuckers that haven't done anything good for this fucking country since, I don't know, Lyndon Johnson. Fuck Republicans, fuck the Democrats fuck the Republicans are fucking like, let's make it basketball. The Republicans are the fucking Harlem Globetrotters of taking away people's rights, and the Democrats, their whole job is to be the fucking Washington Generals. These fucking pieces of shit can't do shit. I know Biden's bitch ass isn't gonna do fucking shit. He doesn't even know what fucking year it is. I hope something can happen. It seems like it's in a very dire circumstance, but whatever. I hope no one does any political assassinations. I'm just saying, those fucking pieces of shit bomb abortion clinics. Maybe a little taste of their own medicine. Damn, dude, I really need somebody else on this fucking podcast to keep me on track. Anyway, that's it. I said I wasn't going to talk politics, and then I did it anyway. Whatever. Fuck the Supreme Court and fuck the Boston Celtics, folks. Let's start there. Let's start talking about this game in a little more detail. So first of all, I just want to say, and I've made the point over and over again, Marcus Smart's bitch ass did not deserve to be Defensive Player of the Year. They gave it to him because he's the fucking most animated, fucking claps his hands, all this fucking bullshit. On a team that, look, I'm going to be honest, the Celtics have an incredible defense. I'm not saying that. But it's a fucking team award. It's like giving the fucking, it's like saying Kyle Korver should have been MVP on those Hawks teams because they had a good record, right? Like, remember that year, actually Budenholzer's Hawks, where they got 4 All-Stars. It was fucking, all those cocksuckers, Millsap, actually, Horford, in fact, actually, and then who the fuck was the third one? Or the fourth one? I forget. Goddamn. I'm also a little hungry. I've already done 2 podcasts today. I apologize. I'm getting sushi after this. I should have prepared more, but look, the fucking clock was ticking. If I didn't do this podcast right now, it's 2:30 on Tuesday. Hopefully this is going to go right up. I guess I'll edit it myself. I don't fucking know. Anyway, whatever. Giving Marcus Smart that award is like giving him the fucking, Joe Johnson, of course. That was the fourth one. Anyway, it's like giving Joe Johnson MVP because the Hawks were a good team. The point is, the reason the Bucks won that game against the Celtics was actually they were the better defensive team. They were fucking incredible on fucking, I want to suck Brook Lopez's fucking cock. I bet you it's fucking humongous, but that motherfucker's fresh off back surgery. He's fucking all over the place, dude. And not to mention, of course, my beautiful baby boy Giannis Antetokounmpo, who I will be also slobbering off any moment now. But Brook was fucking all over the place. He's, they're switching with him. He's out on the fucking perimeter. He's fucking, trying to stay with Jason Tatum. He's fucking, he's getting beat, but he's making hustle plays. He's fucking meeting motherfuckers at the rim. He was unbelievable. Drew Holiday, who, by the way, is a better defensive player than Marcus Smart without question. What the fuck has Marcus Smart done? Look what Drew has done in the playoffs. His playoff resume as a defender is fucking unbelievable, dude. He wasn't very good offensively in that Nets series last year. That's fine, but he was good on defense, and he fucked Chris Paul's ass a couple times historically, right? He completely fucked him up with the Suns, right? And then also, let's not forget, Drew, when he was on the Pelicans, remember that year that the Pelicans beat the Blazers and almost fucking, probably in hindsight, should have blown up the Blazers? They could have gotten a little more. Wow, irony. I didn't even realize that. CJ has been traded to the team that almost forced the Blazers to blow it up. What was that, 4 or 5 years ago? It was Anthony Davis's first taste of playoff success. Before that, I think they were the 8th seed and got their assholes ripped by the Warriors. But Drew has been fucking people up in the playoffs his fucking whole career. And just in general, he's strong. He's a fucking great defender. He was fucking incredible. And he was also good on offense this time. He had 25 and 10. And he kind of stepped up and filled that void with Middleton not there. You had Bobby Portis was fucking good too. And look, I love Bobby. He's not as gifted a defender as the rest of these motherfuckers, but you cannot fucking doubt his crazy eyes effort. That motherfucker's eyes are bulging out of his shit. He fucking rules. He had 15 and 11. But look, the defense overall was fucking great. Wes Matthews, who I love. I've been fucking one of the biggest Wes Matthews defendants. Is that correct? Defenders. I've fucking loved Wes Matthews. I've said the Lakers are fucking dumb as shit for fucking getting rid of him, although the Lakers are dumb as shit for a lot of stuff. But Wes was fucking unbelievable. He was picking up Jason Tatum fucking full court, making that little fucking father of a cute child work. Shouts out to Deuce. We're like the mafia. We keep the children out of this. No disrespect towards Deuce, even though I would fuck your father, Deuce. the Bucks were great. And what did I say? I wish Sam was here so I could be like, what did I say, motherfucker, about this was going to be a fucking slugfest? They kept the Celtics. What did they score? 80 what? Let me fucking look at this shit right now. Let me fucking look at this fucking bullshit. 89, bro. The fucking Celtics. Oh, the best team in basketball over the last 3 months. Suck my fucking dick. Those fucking cocksuckers couldn't crack 90. Okay? They got worked. Where the fuck was Jaylen Brown? That motherfucker was playing like shit. He might be hurt, which, I don't root for, obviously, but he did not look good. I don't know what he has, a hamstring or some shit like that. What did Jaylen have? He played like shit. Tatum, for his standard, look, if we're going to call this fucking guy a superstar, he had a bad game by superstar standards. He wasn't very, 6 for 18. Oof, disgusting. 21 points, 3 turnovers. I mean, just, not a great game, not a bad game, but again, that's the thing. If you want to be a fucking superstar, when the rest of your fucking team is laying a fucking goose egg, you got to step up. You can't be your team's leading scorer with 21 points. That's fucking disgusting. Ugh, Jaylen was the second leading scorer. Damn, the Bucks did a number on these fucking chowder-drinking cocksuckers. Now, look, credit where credit is due. Fucking Al Horford played really good. And I will say, and I haven't started. You know what? Let me suck Giannis off before I give anybody else any fucking credit. Giannis had his, I believe, second career triple-double in the playoffs. And look, for what I just said about Tatum, I'll be honest, this was not a fucking good Giannis game either, offensively. I mean, look, his passing was unbelievable. I mean, as a scorer, let me say that. Because his passing was fucking beautiful. I mean, you call this motherfucker Giannis Jokic right now. He's fucking doing over-the-head swoop-de-loops. He's fucking seeing cocksuckers on the drive. He's moving the fucking ball. That's what I love about this fucking guy so much, is that he knows. He adapts. He adapts in a way you wish a fucking superstar would adapt. Everything you've ever asked of Giannis, he's fucking done, bro. He's like a mail-order bride. He's just so happy to be in America. I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll suck you off. You can fuck my ass. I'll pick the kids up. You stay there. You're my king. Giannis really fucking treats basketball like he's a little Filipina that's very happy to escape the strife. I don't know if the Philippines are that bad, but pick a more war-torn country. I'm sorry, it's just me right now. Okay? I don't have Sam to bounce off of so we could come. I guess Ukraine is the go-to, but that feels a little too topical. The point is, Giannis treats the game of basketball like his American savior. Like a GI in World War II that pulled you out of North Korea. Okay? He does whatever the fuck the game of basketball wants. He's on his knees slobbing that fucking cock, working it. Anything the game of basketball asks. Learn how to pass. Learn how to shoot. Oh, you're very athletic, but you need we're going to build a wall. The Miami Heat and the Toronto Raptors, they're figuring out how to stop and they build a wall. Well, good fucking luck now, because this motherfucker will zip a fucking pocket pass to the fucking corners. He'll fucking find a man on the roll. Last year in the playoffs, I was finally sucking off my boy Mikey Buds because they were finally letting people screen for Giannis. Put Giannis as the fucking ball handler in a pick and roll. He can fucking do it. I love him so fucking much. And he showed his playmaking. I mean, the league is fucked. Let me just say that. The league is fucked. Giannis I don't remember what his mid-range this season was, but it was something respectable. I think he got it up to the high 30s, which, isn't great. But if you fucking got the rest of his game, and plus he improved his free throw shooting, right? And that's a good harbinger for shit to come. But if this motherfucker can shoot even 40, 41, 42%. I mean, 41% Giannis from the fucking, from just taking jumpers. And he's added that to his game. You see him. He hit a couple of these fucking fadeaways. He's got that now. He's really starting to get that. And the thing with him that we know is that this is the fucking starting point. He's going to fucking figure the rest out. And so whatever. This wasn't a very efficient game for him. Actually, weirdly, he took 2 threes, which I hate. I hated when he did that. Last year, he would do that a little bit. And I didn't really like the threes he took this game. He took them a couple times. One time, in fact, I believe, poor Robert Williams, remember he got kicked in the dick this game? I don't know if you didn't see the game. Robert Williams got kicked in the fucking nuts, in the dick, whatever it was, and the game just kept going. And I believe Giannis shot a 3. They had a 4-on-5, and I believe Giannis shot a 3, or at least did a jumper. It didn't go in. It didn't make any sense. It's like you have the advantage, drive and kick. You'll get an open shot, or you'll get to the fucking rim without their best rim protector there. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. Overall, Giannis is a fucking machine. Sorry, I got the fucking vid, bro. I'm fucking doing this shit solo COVID, motherfucker. Suck my fucking dick. You'll get what I give you. And I don't know if I'm going to go the full hour either. I really want some fucking sushi. And I'm fucking hungry, bro. Anyway. In fact, I'm going to hit order on my sushi right now. This podcast fucking sucks. I can't believe you guys watch this. Okay, fuck. Let me just fucking hit. The point I'm trying to make here about Giannis Antetokounmpo is that he's the fucking T2. He's the fucking machine. He's a fucking Terminator. He can adapt. He can do whatever the fuck you want. He can figure it all the fuck out, bro. He's unfucking believable. And they bothered him. I will say, here's where I wanted to finally give credit where credit's due. After I've sucked Giannis off for his 12-assist game, his increased playmaking, he's unbelievable. He had a couple blocks, too. He was also incredible on defense. That's the other thing. Giannis and Brook together. Fucking forget about it, you fucking idiots. It ain't fucking happening. There is not a better fucking duo defensively in the NBA. And yes, currently, if you're watching on video, I just did I just held my phone to my face because I just Apple Paid some sushi to get here in about 45 minutes. Okay. I will give credit where credit's due. Al Horford had a good game. Robert Williams, who I mentioned before, the aforementioned getting kicked in the dick, Rob Williams, they bothered him at the rim. Giannis had a bad game at the rim. He just fucking did. But, and I think it was an interesting combination because it wasn't just, in the past, who's giving him trouble at the rim? Embiid, right? And of course Embiid. Embiid gives everybody fucking trouble at the rim. But the Celtics do have an interesting combination where Robert Williams' length and athleticism bothered him, but then but I saw a couple times where Giannis would just blow by him. He was stronger than him, and if he caught him at the right time, he was faster, right? More agile, whatever the fuck it is. I was shocked. But Rob Williams, even if Giannis got past him, and that's a little bit of Rob Williams' game too, it's like he's used to that, right? Like he's used to that with smaller guys. Obviously, Giannis is harder than a fucking guard getting past you. You can't okie doke Giannis, let him get past you, and then use your big ass arms to fucking block him. He's a little harder to do that too. But still, in the air, Rob Williams gave him some problems because he was fucking long, he's athletic, he can jump with Giannis, all that kind of shit. I was shocked, and I expected that though, right? Like Rob Williams is that good. Rob Williams is the most important player on the Celtics fucking defense. It ain't fucking Marcus Smart, especially when you got two fucking wings and your superstar also plays defense. Shout out to Tatum, he does at least play defense, and Jaylen Brown's a great defender. They got a lot of cocksuckers who can play defense on that team. Fuck Marcus Smart. But I was shocked that Al Horford fucking really played him tough. Really tough. And if you'll recall, Horford used to be, back in the day, his first stint with the Celtics, people were talking about Horford's like, that's the fucking Giannis stopper. Stop this dick, you fucking Dominican piece of shit with your beautiful eyelashes. Have you guys seen his eyelashes? They're fucking beautiful. He does have some dreamy eyes. I'll give him that. Anyway, back in the day, Horford was a little bit of the Giannis, and he did give him trouble. He did. But especially Horford's last playoff series with the Celtics, I believe that was the same time, that was when Kyrie quit on them. By that point, Giannis had fucked his ass up. He had figured him out. And then the fucking dumbass Sixers, Elton Brand's dumbass, I don't know why he wanted to do that jumbo fucking lineup when he got Embiid. Truly one of the fucking dumbest moves. I mean, the Sixers have just been fucked for eons. But anyway, he had already figured Horford out. So now I'm thinking like, all right, who gives a fuck? Horford's coming back. He's older. He's 3 years older. it ain't going to be a fucking issue. But I will admit it was an issue. Now, even in that Celtics series, which I just mentioned, as the series wore on, maybe Horford was more tired, maybe whatever. He just took a beating from defending Giannis. Giannis figured him out in that series, and he got better and better as it went on. I fully expect that to happen for two reasons in this series. A, Horford is older even than he was then. He's old as fuck. He might be capable. And old retired players talk about this all the time. And I'm not going to say he's that cooked. But like Steve Nash, when he retired after that fucking horrific Lakers stint, he talked about how, look, if I only had to play once a week, if it was once a week and then I got to take some time off, I could still play in the NBA. And other players talk about that, where it's not the actual games, it's the recovery from the games that stops you from performing. Like, you could actually put together, retired guys could be pretty good if all they had to do was play one game, but it's the grind of the NBA season and the grind of the playoffs that makes it impossible for them to do that. And I think that's obviously why you see, load managers become such a thing. And that's why I've been talking about for years, the NBA should fucking have I'm not half the games, but I would love a 50-game NBA season. But that's neither here nor there. That's never going to happen. These blood-sucking vampires need money above everything else, even player safety, even player health, even fan enjoyment. Because games that and I love the NBA more than anybody, but, well, maybe not more than anybody, probably players. You know who probably loves the NBA more than anyone is like some fucking idiot, like cousin of a player who just has a house. Like if I loved basketball and then my cousin was some like 7'3" Greek prodigy who bought me a house. If you combine my current love of the NBA plus the financial stability and maybe I got some runoff pussy from him, maybe my cousin Demetrios Halkias, just a fucking 7'2" stout motherfucker. Just swat, maybe a little Rudy Gobert, but a little more fucking, just not as hated because he's charismatic and Greek instead of French and fucking annoying. I would love the NBA more than I do now. Anyway, I digress yet again. But what is a one-man podcast but a series of fucking digressions? One might ask. Anyway, I love the NBA. I'm just saying, I would like for every fucking game to matter the way it does in the NFL. I would like for players to be able to take more time off, to not have to take time off when you might have bought tickets to go see them, right? But anyway, my point is the Celtics are coming off a fucking nice little break because they swept the Nets. They got done. They were the only team that swept anyone. They got more time off than the Bucks. Horford is old. I believe he didn't play as many minutes in that series, although I don't remember off the top of my head. But he's going to be this. My hunch is this is the best Horford's going to look the whole fucking series. Is this game coming off this rest because of his age? And you combine that with the fact that Giannis just is going to figure it out. Like, fine, okay, throw your shit at me. I'm going to figure out how to beat you. He's the best player in the NBA at finishing at the rim. Al Horford's old ass is not going to be the guy stopping him. Same thing with Rob Williams. No disrespect to Rob Williams, but it's like Giannis will figure that out. And even though Rob is younger, and I don't think we'll have the same issues that Horford does, at the same, we're talking about the fucking MVP of the league. We're talking about the Finals MVP last year. A superstar in his fucking prime on his way to becoming one of the top 10 players of all time. And if that motherfucker has a fucking jump shot and this kind of passing ability, truly, I don't want to get a little ahead of myself, but this motherfucker could do some interesting stuff. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. It's not as fun to troll without another person here. If Sam was here, I'd say, Giannis? I wouldn't even say it. Sam's not here. But he's a fucking super duper star, one of the best. By the time it's over, he's going to be one of the best players that ever played the game. He's going to figure out Rob Williams and fucking old ass Al Horford. I'm not worried about that. And in fact, the Celtics should be a little fucking worried about that, because if Giannis had a pretty inefficient night and he's 36% from the field, but still was plus 23. I mean, he didn't have a bad game, even though he was inefficient. And this was a little bit of a rock fight, right? Like we said, the fucking Celtics only had 89 points. I would be worried if I'm the fucking Celts. And look, are the Celtics going to shoot this bad? I think they're going to shoot worse than you think because, again, these fucking idiots were on fucking easy street with the Nets. Everyone's sucking them off. I said it before. The Nets fucking stunk. Everyone inflated how good the Celtics were. And maybe the Celtics were even feeling themselves a little too much. Marcus Smart with that fucking robe, which, by the way, wasn't even ornate enough. You're going to have a fucking robe like that? There's barely any fucking diamonds and medallions and shit. All you got is a couple little fucking rhinestones. Fucking light that shit up, bro. Full sequin. I want to see you looking like Dolly Parton out that motherfucker. Have a fucking bedazzled, have a fully bejeweled cowboy hat that says DPOY. You know what I'm saying? Get the robe looking gorgeous. It was a fucking bullshit little robe. Friends of mine have better robes than that. But I feel very good about this. It's a great result for the Bucks. Going into game 2, do I think... Now, look, I respect the Celtics. I do. Begrudgingly. They're pieces of shit. Boston could suck my dick. All this kind of stuff. But at the same time, yes, they're a good fucking team. Even though I gotta say, fucking Grant Williams' little stout ass. He looks like he can't breathe through his nose. Pull up a picture of Grant Williams. He looks like what? Oh. He looks like he talks like that. And in fact, I'm kind of stuffed up too. But his little stout ass can suck my dick. Derek White looked a little lost. Fucking, whatever. Who really annoys me on that fucking team before I move on? Peyton Pritchard. Keep that motherfucker in. All these fucking racist ass Boston fans that overrate their fucking white players. Anyway, fuck Boston. I do expect them to take game 2 because dropping both games at home would be catastrophic. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy for them. I don't see that many blowouts. I think this is going to be a fucking hard-fought series, but you cocksuckers are in for it, Boston. Giannis is fucking good, bro. He's the best in the fucking world right now. You thought you beat the best in the world. No disrespect to KD, but he's got Kyrie over there, who's an anti-vax Native American Muslim. Got all these competing, things that he's representing. A flat earther. It's like, what are you, Kyrie? What the fuck is going on? Ben Simmons is out there fucking wearing sunglasses. The Celtics, I think, had a rude wake-up call, which the Bucks luckily got in round 1 with the shitty-ass Bulls. Giannis had an off night when DeMar DeRozan had his best night of the fucking playoffs, and it coincided with them losing, and they lost Middleton. They had to really look at themselves and say, fuck, what are we going to do here? So, respect to the Bucks. They figured out a great strategy, I think. Drew's got to continue to play well. That I'm a little worried about, because Drew, his defense is consistent, but his offense has come and gone in the past. But the guy's a fucking winner. He fucking rules. Boston can suck my dick. Let's go, baby. Bucks in 6. If not 5. Fuck it, 4. Fuck what I just said about expecting the Celtics to get this one at home. They're getting swept, baby. God, if they get swept, I'm going to be the most annoying motherfucker in the fucking universe. Anyway, there's 20 full fucking... This is what happens when there's no Sam here. There's 20 full fucking minutes about me talking about the fucking beautiful Bucks and my beautiful baby boy Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's going to cruise to a second Finals MVP. The other game that happened in that first night was Grizz Warriors, another wild game, a fucking wild finish. I mean, this was Look, I love the Bucks-Celtics game more because I have a fucking stake in it, but this was the much more entertaining game, right? Grizz Warriors was fucking all over the place. Draymond, of course, the ejection is something we can all fucking, everyone kind of latches on to. Should he have been ejected? Should he have not been ejected? I think he should have been ejected, but just barely. Like, he really did get the little dickest flagrant 2 possible. And I think, the slap and the pull What are you gonna do? I know a flagrant 2. I mean, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't have ejected him, but he deserved it, is my point. And Draymond's dumbass should not be putting himself in a position to get ejected. Like, that's really what it comes down to. You fucking hit him in the face. Don't do anything else, bro. Don't fucking yank him down after that. But that's what makes him beautiful. He's the smartest player. Like, his fucking mind is a fucking basketball machine. And then he's also fucking so emotional. He's one of the dumbest players. And that's what's beautiful about him. We've all been there. We've all been it, you know. All of us should have used a condom and didn't. Every once in a while. That's Draymond was. That's what Draymond's getting that flagrant was about. It's like, fucking condom. Come on, I'm just gonna get. You know, Draymond was fucking feeling it, dude. And he slipped right in. He fucking slapped Brandon Clark across the face, as if his hand was his cock and Clark's face was a beautiful, juicy, wetted up pussy. And yeah, he should have worn a condom, aka just wrapped him up. But sometimes you need that. You need to feel that pussy juice right on your fucking dickhead. And sometimes you need to feel the back of your hand on the opposing center's fucking cheekbones. So, you know. Anyway, the rest of the game was interesting. Triple J was cooking finally. He showed up. Ja had a very good offensive game, although on defense, you know, he's not Trae Young, but he gets lost a lot. He, you know, and I don't think it's a coincidence that 3-guard lineup gave them a lot of problems, because Ja, at a certain point, if you got Clay, Steph, and Poole, and the Warriors are running all that beautiful Steve Kerr motion bullshit, you're going to get John some fucking, you know, in some matchups you don't want him in. I will say the Grizzlies did a good job defending Curry. You know, who had 24, but it wasn't a very efficient 24. Ironically, some of his biggest moments were the defensive stops he had on Morant, right? He ripped him there at the end one time. And he had another, he came up big a couple times. And you know, the Warriors are obviously, without Draymond though, it's like, this really did feel like a game Memphis, I'm not going to say needed. I still think they can make this a series, but it's like, no Draymond, you're at home. You didn't get, Steph did not go super, he was not shooting well, right? And maybe that's a little bit the defense, but also look, maybe that's the underrated part of the no Draymond, because when we think no Draymond, we think, well, it opens up stuff defensively, but it's like, let's not forget, Draymond and fucking Steph have a beautiful partnership together. And I bet you Steph sees a lot more open looks if you got Draymond there. But to me, it feels like they needed this one, and it's kind of a gut punch loss. Poole was fucking unbelievable, truly. Only Ja played more minutes in this fucking game. He played the most minutes of any Warrior. He got them going in the third. He shot fucking 50%. I mean, come on, 9 assists. He's really fucking good, man. Sometimes I wonder if you're Clay, is this like a little, I don't know. I mean, he's not the defender Clay ever was, and he doesn't have the history, but it's like, do you worry? Especially with this mega death lineup that people are talking about, where it's like they can go, you know, they put those three, Draymond, and who the fuck is the fourth? Or the fifth? What the fuck is that lineup? God, who am I fucking forgetting? Who the fuck would... Wiggins? No, right? Iguodala? No, that was the old one. Who the fuck is in the new death lineup? God damn it! Who's the fucking fifth guy? Okay. Oh, Wiggins? Is Wiggins the new Iguodala? Wiggins fucking stinks, man. That Cox, he did not deserve to be a fucking all-star at all. This happens sometimes with all-stars. I mean, the funniest one is that Pacers team where they were fucking first in the East in the first half, and then Paul George might have fucked. That was already mentioned actually on this program. Actually, I'm sorry. That was on an episode of Come Town that I did earlier today, my other podcast. Or was it not? Did I talk about Paul George? Doing a fucking podcast by yourself will lead you to insanity. Anyway, I might have mentioned this team in passing already, but that Pacers team was up big first in the East, and then they completely fell apart because of personal problems, which the rumor was that Paul George fucked Roy Hibbert's fiancée, although that's not been substantiated. But that is the year Paul George got a stripper pregnant, begged her to offered her $1 million to get an abortion. She said, I'm going to see this through. I'm not going to take the fact. It's like when you win the lottery, they're like, do you want a lump sum or do you want to get it in installments? She was like, I'll take it in installments. Thank you very much. And then, finesser of the century, this is honestly one of the best love stories of all time. Now they're married and have more kids. So the pussy must be fucking top notch. It must suck and yank in ways many of us haven't even fathomed before. But salute to that woman. Paul George's wife, who he knocked up. Anyway, that team fell apart, and they had all these fucking all-stars, and I think Frank Vogel was their coach, and I think Vogel coached the all-star game, and then I don't even remember where they ended up, but it was low. They did not do very well. So anyway, Wiggins fucking stinks, and he shouldn't have been a fucking all-star. That was fucking ridiculous. Probably Draymond gets it if he's not hurt. But anyway, the Warriors, man, it was, let's see, let me look at my fucking bitch-ass notes, because now I have to fucking prepare. With Sam, I could just be like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, this guy sucks dick. And he's like, you can't say he sucks dick. That's not basketball. I was like, shut the fuck up, you little Jewish bitch. Whatever. Fuck the Warriors. Poole was fucking, the point I was trying to make is, do you think Clay ever gets jealous? You know, because in the new lineup, it's like, it used to be him and Steph were the guys, but Poole is, I don't know, man. Especially this year. This year's one thing. Clay could ostensibly talk about the injury. And I fucking love Clay. I hope he rehab. I mean, I don't think this will be the first offseason he doesn't have to rehab in fucking what, God knows how long, before any of us knew what coronavirus was. So I'm hoping he can use this to just get back in fucking awesome shape. He doesn't have to worry about his fucking injuries at all. He's just ready to go. But when he comes back, is there going to be a little bit of a power struggle? Because I will say that fucking lineup is awesome offensively. And that lineup is kind of like, you know, Draymond's older. And also Wiggins is whatever. If Wiggins is the fourth guy, you know, Wiggins he's an okay defender, but he's not like, he isn't Iguodala back in that old death lineup, right? And also Clay is not the same defender. Steph is older. He was never a good defender. He's not a bad defender, but he's just average at best. Poole is a bad defender. Draymond's fucking older. Wiggins is whatever. It's like, that's a team that will get their ass cheeks fucking lit up. You know, they'll get their fucking ass cheeks lit up on defense. But I guess what you're saying is we got Poole, Steph, and Clay shooting. It's like, who gives a fuck? It's the thought process, I would assume. We'll see what happens throughout this series. But tough one for Memphis. And also, I guess it was also a very bizarre ending, right? Because it's like Clay hits that big three and you're like, oh, he's back. Wait, did I finish the point I was trying to make? The point I was trying to make is Poole's the new sexy, and he's also hot, by the way. Clay was a sexy pussy getter. And I'm sure he's still getting pussy, but he's also at another stage of his life. You know, Clay's like a MILF, and now there's like a fucking starlet. Clay's getting his fucking, he's like, oh, it's time to audition for a new role. And it's like hot girl and her mom, and Clay's reading the parts for the hot girl, and they're like, oh, no, honey, you're reading the mom roles now. And then some sexy fucking 23-year-old big fucking fat titties who has a lot of the same skill set, but wasn't as good as Clay used to be when he was a fucking sexy 23-year-old. But it's like, well, that's not what you're competing against. Yeah, you were the sexier 23-year-old, but now you're a MILF. And even though a lot of us like to fuck MILFs, society at large still values a young, hot piece of pussy pie over you. And that maybe we can argue about whether that is correct. I don't think it is, but that's how it is, brother. Okay? I wonder if there's a little jealousy that could possibly sprout between these Warriors. It's something to look at. But anyway, weird finish. Clay hits that three, and even me, who is a Warriors hater, is it me or I? Anyway, even your boy Stavros, an avowed Warriors hater, I smile a little bit when Clay hits that three to give them the lead. And then he weirdly misses those free throws. That was fucking bizarre. Gives Memphis a chance. They should have never had a chance, though, because these refs, by the way, were fucking dog shit in this game. Then he fucking blows the three, or blows the free throw. The ball goes off the Grizzlies. They call it a jump ball? What the fuck is the point of instant replay? We all knew it should have been the Warriors' ball. And I was happy because it's like, all right, fuck it. Let's see the Grizzlies. It's much more exciting as a basketball fan to watch a team take one last shot at winning than it is to just, watch them get fouled, the other team get fouled. So I was happy in the moment because it led to one more play and one more chance for the Grizzlies to win. But it would have been fucking awesome to see them, but it would have been correct if the Warriors were offered the ball. And then Taylor Jenkins drew up a beautiful play. They only had, 4 seconds left? I don't even fucking remember. And they did all these weird little screens. Morant's, and they had Gary Payton, who, by the way, is really fucking good. And maybe Gary Payton is in there instead of Wiggins. I mean, that's small, but that little motherfucker is a fucking effort energy player, who really fucking gives fucking, lead guards problems. And then they get that play. Morant gets a pretty clean look at it. I mean, he's going fast. Very, very difficult layup. But for a guy like that, with that kind of skill set, it was a makeable shot. And it would have been fucking insane. And one thing I did like about the Grizzlies is that they were kind of surprised that didn't go in. They were surprised they didn't win. And you could see it on John's face. He was like in disbelief. So I think these Grizzlies, look, that last series was fucking dog shit with the Timberwolves, right? They're a young team. They don't know how to fucking win. But I also think they're the kind of team that plays to their competition. If they play a weird, sloppy team that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, they're going to play like that. If they play a team like the Warriors, though, I think they're going to show up and they're going to, even with Draymond, I think this is going to be a series. I fully expect the Grizzlies to get this one like I begrudgingly expect the Celtics to get the next one at home. I just don't. And if they don't, that's a real tough look for the Grizzlies because I don't think they'll get swept, but you don't want to be down 2-0 back in fucking the Warriors' home where they have all these overzealous fans that, we've gone through. These fucking idiots probably think they went through something. Wow, 2 years we weren't that good. Suck my fucking dick, you fucking pieces of shit. You gentrifying, cocksucking Bay Area motherfuckers. So anyway, worried about them. And also one other note I did make note of. It was crazy to me that the fucking Grizzlies that were a great rebounding team were getting their ass cheeks eaten up by the Warriors, especially the Warriors that were going small. But I mean, I guess that's a little bit of no Steven Adams, I guess, But at the end of the day, that's just effort, I think. And that's a weird bad sign if you're the young team. And at various points in that game, the Warriors did look hungrier, weirdly, which is not good. Not good if you ask your old pal Stavros. Anyway, I can't believe... Oh, this is going a little longer than I thought. Anyway, I have less to say about the last two games. I didn't watch them as intently. I watched Heat Sixers, and I'll be honest with you, I barely watched fucking Mavs Suns. This podcast sucks. Whatever. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Heat Sixers. Let me see if I can do this. This would be sick if I could, because I would love to play some Doc Rivers audio. Can I do that? Do I know how to fucking do that? Anyway, the Cliff Notes. The Sixers play the Heat. They got their ass cheeks fucked. They started DeAndre Jordan. I mean, come fucking on. What the fuck, dude? Yes, here it is. Here's this fucking clip that is. Okay. Yes, here we go. Let me see if I can fucking figure out how to do this. Okay. Here are Doc Rivers' comments about the center rotation.
We love Paul, but we don't need Paul in foul trouble, and that's why you don't want to start him. So we like DJ. We're going to keep starting him, whether you like it or not. That's what we're going to do because our guys believe in him. We love Paul.
Okay, that is fucking quintessential Doc Rivers right there. And he said more, right? First of all, whether you like it or not, who the fuck are you talking to, bro? Whether you like it, you know who's really going to like it? The fucking Miami Heat. DeAndre Jordan is a fucking corpse. That fucking guy hasn't been good for 5 teams. The last time he was good was he was on the Clippers. You were fucking coaching him when he was good. The last time this fucking guy was good, no one knew about Donald Sterling's fucking mistress. We had never met V. Stiviano the last time DeAndre Jordan was good. We hadn't heard fucking Donald Sterling tell his mistress she can't publicly hang out with black guys. He said, you can fuck them, but what do you got to bring them to the games? What a bizarre fucking guy, man. What a piece of shit. Fuck Donald Sterling. Seriously, though, DeAndre Jordan has not been good. After the Clippers, where'd you go? The Mavs. The Mavs finally signed him when he was toast. They trade him to the he gets traded to the Knicks as part of the fucking Porzingis deal. Did we buy him out? I don't remember what the fuck happens with the Knicks, but he ends up on the Nets. He's dog shit there. I think his contract was just up. Dog shit with the Nets. They release him. He's the reason Kenny fucking Atkinson gets fucking fired because he did not want to start him. They had fucking what's his face on the Cavs now, the fucking fro. Anime black guy, Jared, whatever. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. They had a much better fucking player who was an all-star this year. They weren't starting him because he was Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving's friend. And they didn't want DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan was KD and Kyrie's friend. Eventually, Steve Nash is just like, well, I'm not playing this fucking guy. They release him. He's on the Lakers, who are desperate for anything. Can't fucking crack the rotation. Then the dumbass Sixers get coerced into putting Andre Drummond. And by the way, does Drummond feel fucking stupid? I mean, I guess it wasn't his choice, but Andre Drummond would be shining right now. Whatever you want to say about him, he's fucking better than DeAndre Jordan. Who fucking stinks, right? They were, and here's some, I'm fucking Stavros fucking research, Stavros statistics right now. Per cleaning the glass, you fucking idiots, which I've been paying for probably a year and haven't used until today. The Sixers are outscored 13 points per 100 possessions with him on the floor, with DJ on the floor. In the first 4.5 minutes where he was on, because they started him, the fucking Heat came out to a 12-point lead. He was minus fucking 22 in 17 minutes. And you want to talk about his rebounding? Well, maybe at least does rebound. He had 2 fucking rebounds. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. And look, you heard what Doc said. We like Paul, but we don't want him getting in foul trouble. And that B-ball Paul Reed, who was the backup in the Toronto series, who a lot of people think is good. And I think he's good. I think he really is good. He's a very good defensive center. He's young, but he's got the problem that a lot of fucking young, promising centers have is the motherfucker just gets into foul trouble all the time. But then you look at what Doc says, and he's like, our guys, that's the other thing. Our guys believe in DJ. And there's a fuller quote that I lost. I X'd out of it. But he really talks about how the guys want him. And it's like, come on, man. You're the fucking coach. I mean, what the fuck is it? Okay, you're hiding behind the guys. And who are the guys? Is it Harden? I mean, Harden, I could see he made a little magic. Theoretically, I wish I had the full Doc quote. Because he was talking about they want the big roller. And it's like, he's not that fucking guy. He's not the big roll to the rim guy. And I know Harden has had a lot of success with guys that just fucking roll to the rim. He's been very fucking good at that. I mean, that Clint Capella, Chris Paul team, ironically, those guys were injured. They were fucking good. Harden should always feel like a fucking idiot for forcing that Chris Paul trade. He might have been fucking annoying, but that was your best shot at it. Hold on one second. Be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. The sushi got here. But it's talking about Harden. Anyway, whatever. Harden played like shit too, by the way. He has to be fucking better. What the fuck was his line? I have it here somewhere. 16 points, 38% from the field. Come on, man. What the fuck? 5 assists, but 5 turnovers? You can't be doing that shit. The Sixers seem fucked, especially if Doc Rivers is fucking, if he's like lasered in on DeAndre Jordan. I don't know. I guess you could go small, and they did go small a little bit, but you have, you could go fucking Tobias and Niang at the 5, right? I'm sorry, Tobias and Niang at the 4 or 5, whatever way you want to look at it. Spread them out. You have fucking Maxey over there. You have fucking Thibault being the fucking, being kind of like shitty Ben Simmons. Without Lowry, maybe that might have a little more success. And I believe when they got it close, they were playing Niang at the 5, or they were at least playing small. And without Lowry, and if the Heat have to have one of those guys you can pick on the floor, maybe. I mean, it certainly is a better fucking idea than doing DeAndre Jordan. So anyway, fuck Doc. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And I feel really bad for Embiid breaking his fucking face. Because, I could see this being especially without Lowry, this would have been a very interesting game with Embiid at not even full strength. The poor guy has his fucking thumb hanging off a fucking ligament or whatever the fuck it is. So hopefully the fucking Sixers can steal one. Harden's got to be better. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Do fucking something, dude. I'm not holding my breath, unfortunately, but I'm, crossing my fingers and rooting for it. Finally, Mavs Suns game 1. I barely watched this fucking game. I'm watching some fucking highlights. I watched the condensed version, but that shit is bullshit. The Suns had him the whole fucking time. Luka had a fucking classic, 45 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. He's padding his fucking his playoff stats, and not even really though, because I mean, dude, this is a team that can give him some fucking problems, right? I mean, we're talking about they got the fucking personnel to bother a guy like Luka. So salute to him for putting up those 45 and but the Mavs, other than Luka, I saw Maxi Kleber hit a couple threes. I was looking at the box score. It didn't look like anybody else did anything. And the Suns were just fucking good, dude. They out-rebounded them. They shot 50% from the fucking field. It's not going to be an easy one. I fully expect Luka to get at least one, but the Suns are... I still think Bucks Suns looks pretty good as a choice. The Heat and the Sixers... I will say I think Celtics Bucks, kind of the way Nets Bucks was last year, might end up being essentially the Eastern Conference Championship. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I said a little bit on the last one, the Warriors, similar to the Celtics, because of their opponent in the first round, I think people were overrating them a little bit. But anyway, guys, I'll study up more on the Suns and Mavs the next time. Anyway, folks, look, this is our experiment. This is Stavros A. Smith, Stavros Coward. I'm out here solo dolo for a fucking hour almost. We're gonna look and let me know, who do you want to see. We're gonna get more guest hosts, but I think I'll experiment with it a little bit. I actually kind of like doing it solo. I'll maybe try and. I would love to figure out how to do a call-in show, do like an old school sports call-in show for the playoffs. So we're going to experiment a little bit with the format. We will have some guest hosts though. I'm not going to do fucking every episode by myself. And I think we'll have some favorites, our boy Jamel, our boys over at Cookies Hoops. There's some other basketball people I'd love to have on that we've been meaning to have on for a while. So, let us know, tweet at us. Pod Don't Lie. If you have anyone you would love as a guest host, or you want to get me a couple guests, maybe we're on a 3-man weave with a couple guests. Anyway, I'm open to it. I'm holding it down while our boy Sammy's going off, doing some cool stuff that, hopefully he'll talk about soon. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'm fucking starving. The sushi is right. It's at my feet. So the fact that I've had the willpower to even finish talking about the fucking Suns and a little bit about the Heat, Sixers is actually astounding. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. This is my first time ever doing a fucking full hour podcast by myself. So I hope it wasn't I hope it was good. Leave your constructive comments and let me know about guest hosts, other people you'd like to see on the show, other format stuff you'd like to do. But thanks for listening, guys. Love you. Be back for a Patreon, either solo or with a guest later in the week. Bye-bye.